Ask, are we still in Japan? Now we're back in America. Back in America. Back at the crib. Just getting back to the ground, back to the basics. So I want to go over today on today's live, what is consumer law? A lot of people ask, what is consumer law? So I want to break it down to where anybody can have an understanding of what consumer law is. Title 15. All right. I'm pulling up. I'm going to wait about 2 minutes for more people to stream in, and then we'll get started. I don't like that light glare. All right, I'll go live this way. Peace and blessings, family. Let me know what city you're tuning in from. If y'all are just tuning in, if y'all are watching the recording, drop what city you guys are tuning in from. Columbus. All right, so we'll get right into it. So I got this for you guys. What is consumer law? It refers to the body of laws and regulations designed to protect the rights of consumers, to ensure fair trade practices and prevent businesses from engaging in fraudulent or unethical practices. These laws provide guidelines for the relationship between consumers, which in consumers is me and you. And then there's key objectives of consumer law. It talks about protection against unfair practices. You guys can see that in the congressional findings of the FCRA, the FDCPA as well too. Talks about safety and quality standards, requires goods and services to meet minimum safety and quality standards, hold manufacturers accountable for defective or dangerous goods. Transparency and disclosure mandates businesses to disclose key information about products, services, or contracts, such as fees, risks, and terms. So the right of rescission, we talk about that. There goes transparency and disclosure. To dispute resolutions, provide mechanisms for consumers to address any unfair or inaccurate information, regulates debt collection practices to protect consumers from harassment, credit and financial protections, ensures fair practices in credit reporting, lending, and debt collection. All right, this is the big three subchapters that we talk about. So when we talk about what is consumer law, once again, it refers to a body of laws and regulations designed to protect the rights of consumers. So now I'm going to put it into layman terms. So what is it in layman terms? I'm going to have it defined for you guys. Why do you guys feel consumer law is important? Drop why consumer law is important to you guys. I want to hear from you guys why consumer law is important. All right, so in layman terms, we got to define here is a set of rules that protects people when they buy goods or services or when they extend their credit and make sure businesses treat them fairly and provide honest information. It also gives you the rights if something goes wrong, like a product is faulty, a service isn't delivered as promised, or a company is being deceptive. All right, so that's layman terms. Because it keeps this corporation from abusing its consumers. 1,000%. Abusing, harassing, and deceiving. We talk about that as well too in the FDCPA's congressional findings. So you talked about harassment. It mentions that in the congressional finding of the FDCPA. There is abundant evidence of the use of abusive, deceptive, and unfair debt collection practices. So today I wanted to come here, and I didn't want to just talk about what is consumer law. I want to give you guys two real life scenarios of individuals that would be using consumer law. So the first one would be something along the lines of a repossession, right? So with the repossession, this is the real life scenario. Your car was repossessed after missing a few payments. However, the creditor falsely reports that you still owe the full balance of the loan, even though they sold the vehicle at auction and applied the sale proceeds toward the loan. You can use 15 USC 1681 S2 A to dispute the inaccuracy, as the creditors is required to report the correct balance. If they fail to correct the information, then Collins versus Experian case supports your claim for the removal. Let me know if you guys want me to go over that again. But this is for those that have ever gone through a repossession. They've sold your vehicle in an auction after they've repossessed it. And for that, they're supposed to update and change the amount that is owed based on what they sold the car for versus what you allegedly owed prior to that. And there's a case law study, Collins versus Experian, that I want all of you guys to look into. So I'm not going to go over case law, but if you guys want to look into it, you guys can all come to pacermonitor.com. I'm just going to give you guys it to all be able to go look into it for yourself. This is what the website will look like, pacermonitor.com, and you guys would scan that exact. Let me show you guys what we're going over today. This is one of our one of our slideshows that we got with the university. All right, family. So this is, I'll go over the real life scenario one more time. Your car was repossessed after missing a few payments. However, the creditor falsely reports that you still owe the full balance of the loan, even though they sold the vehicle at the auction and applied the sale proceeds toward the loan. You guys can use 15 USC 1681 S2 to dispute the inaccuracy, as the creditor is required to report the correct balance. If they fail to correct the information, look into Collins versus Experian, as this case law supports your claim for the removal. So that's once again Collins versus Experian. So we'll do one more real life scenario, bankruptcies. See, with bankruptcies, a lot of people have bankruptcies. They file bankruptcy and they didn't know that it's still going to be on their consumer report even after filing that bankruptcy to clear those debts. And that's going to affect a lot of people from getting approvals or certain lines of credit. So a bankruptcy you filed years ago is still shown on your report beyond the allowing reporting period. So I want you guys all to look into 15 USC 1681, and you can dispute its presence, and you guys can look into Henson versus Santander, which supports your claim if the Consumer Reporting Agency does not properly verify the bankruptcy. So that's Henson versus Santander, one of the case law studies for bankruptcy. But above all else, you guys can also look into 15 USC 1681B, permissible purpose, 681, the congressional findings section, and then scroll down to A, number 4, and it talks about the need to ensure that a consumer's privacy is protected, and that it's a right to privacy, and that we have a right to privacy under the FCRA. So the fact that they furnished this information from LexisNexis, which LexisNexis, they went through Pacer Monitor just like us, just like me and you, and just like what I showed you guys, and they every day pull bankruptcy reports, and then they'll buy that information, and then they'll sell that, they'll report it through LexisNexis, and then they'll sell it to Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. And then Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion will report that bankruptcy on your guys' report even after that 7-year time frame. So I gave you guys a case law study, and then gave you guys a couple consumer law codes to look into. But above all else, bankruptcies, evictions, repossessions, credit card debt. If you guys have inquiries, if you guys have charged off accounts, every consumer law code that we cover is applicable to such. So I want you guys to get familiar with it. If anything, start with the basics, start with the foundation. Read the definition section. Read the congressional findings of the big three subchapters and master those three. Create note cards for the definition section. But above all else, family, take action on this information. I believe the best lessons you guys will learn is in taking action and doing, the necessary work that comes with this information. So don't just get access to this and sit on all of this knowledge, but actually take, action with it. My mentor has always said, knowledge on ice is nowhere near as powerful as ignorance on fire. I'd take ignorance on fire over knowledge on ice any day. So I don't want you guys just to be a resource, a library of information without you guys taking action. So take action, and you guys will learn throughout the way, and use ChatGPT to help you draft up these letters, but also have an understanding of what you're typing up, what consumer law code you guys are using. And if you need any extra help or guidance, reach out to our public communities. We got a Facebook group. We've got Discord. You guys can reach out to me personally, and you guys can schedule a 10-minute phone call. You guys could also do that through our website at Billionaires Club, clubwithav.com, or you guys can text us at 305-575-2843, the keyword consumer law, and we'll get back to you, and we'll be able to help assist you better from there. So I appreciate you all tuning in. Black Friday sale is live. It's live for the rest of the week, 50% off all of our products, all of our services. I got a text message of somebody asking me, is the private trust that you guys set up, is that also on sale? Yes, every single product, every single service that we provide is 50% off all week. Appreciate y'all. Tomorrow we are going to be running at 9 p.m. Eastern Time a call for this new business opportunity that I'm launching, to where you guys, yes, y'all watching, could actually partner with me. I'm not officially even launching it to the public until December 21st, but you guys actually got access to be able to partner with me and get access to the things that I'm launching December 21st before the public and anybody else even really gets access to it, and before I really start allowing and taking on clients for that. So appreciate y'all, family. Stay blessed. One love.